To 4 decades later, law seems to be catching up with Congress leader Jagdish Tytler in the 1984 riots case. Delhi court, after taking cognizance of a CBI charge sheet in the case, has now summoned Jagdish Tytler on the 5th of August in connection with the Pulbangash killings during the 1984 riots. In a charge sheet filed before the court, the CBI has accused Jagdish Tytler of inciting, instigating and provoking the mob that had assembled at Pulbangash Gurudwara on the 1st of November 1984. 3 lives, remember, were lost in that particular case. So let's first tell you what this case was about and how it continues to haunt the Congress and Jagdish Tytler 39 years later. Tytler was accused of leading a mob in this particular area in 1984. 3 Sikhs were killed a day after Indira Gandhi's assassination. In 2005, the Nanavati Commission ordered the case to be reopened by the CBI. In 2015, after the court order, case reopened the case. Arms dealer Abhishek Verma, a witness in the case, had accused Tytler of influencing witnesses. In 2017, CBI sought court's nod for a lie detector test on Jagdish Tytler. Lie detector test permission sought on arms dealer Verma as well. Congress leader Jagdish Tytler refused to undergo that test though. Through the course of multiple investigating agencies and multiple investigations, there are several charges that the witnesses have levelled against Jagdish Tytler. Surinder Singh, one of the witnesses, has said that mob attack at Gurudwara was led by Jagdish Tytler, that he incited the mob to burn the Gurudwara and to kill Sikhs in retribution. Surjit Kaur, another victim, another witness, said that he put pressure on the local cops to stand down because it was the Congress government that was in power. Govind Narain then said that evidence that Jagdish Tytler instigated the mob is very much present. The mob attacked Sikh houses and set them on fire. That was another testimony that came to the fore. So is there no accountability as far as the Congress is concerned and as far as the 1984 riots are concerned? Let's take a look at some of the comments that have been made by Congress leaders in the past. In 2019, Sam Pitroda, a close aide of the Gandhis and a foreign advisor when Rahul Gandhi travels abroad, in 2019 had said that he had justified, in fact, the Sikh riots. He said, "Jo hua so hua." Rahul Gandhi in 2018 said that I don't agree that Congress was involved at all. In 2014, Rahul Gandhi again had said that the Congress government wasn't aiding and abetting but instead was trying to stop the riots back then. Amrinder Singh, former Chief Minister of Punjab, then in the Congress in 2018, had said that you cannot blame Congress for actions of certain individuals. It's not as a party, it's as certain individuals. In 2015, the General Secretary of the Congress Party, Jagdish Singh, said that everyone is silent about RSS's role in 1984 riots, but the only talk is of the Congress Party. And back in 1984, Rajiv Gandhi, the former Prime Minister of the country, had said, when a mighty tree falls, it's only natural that earth around it shakes. Those were the kind of comments that came to the fore from the Congress Party. In the recent past, they've either completely distanced themselves from Jagdish Tytler or have skirted around the issue, not completely backing him either. But where does that leave the fight for hundreds of those families, for the victims of the 1984 riots? I spoke to the man who is the counsel for these victims who's been fighting their legal battle. Listen in to what H.S. Fulka told me earlier. For 39 years, hundreds of families are awaiting justice. They're awaiting justice in the Anti-Sikh Riots of 1984. And the man who's fighting their fight legally, joining us, speaking with us, H.S. Fulka, the counsel for the victims, joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Fulka, thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. Let me begin by asking you, how significant do you think is today's development of Jagdish Tytler being summoned? Do you think this is just procedural, or is this going to have a big impact because the court is yet to look into the merits of the evidence in itself?
The main thing is the filing of the charge sheet. When the charge sheet is filed under the section 302 and the other major offences, then the court examine that if the material is sufficient, where and the trial should be started against the accused. So now that is also a necessary process under the law, and the court at that stage can even refuse to take cognizance and direct the further investigation also. Now in this case, this is very important and material because of the reason that earlier you see 3 times the closure report was filed by the CBI, and all 3 times it is at this stage only that we had asked the court not to accept it and to send it back for further investigation because proper investigation was not conducted.
Yes.
No, this time, so we convinced the court that now on the basis of the statement of the witnesses, sufficient evidence is there to start a murder trial against Tytler. So the court had taken cognizance and directed that the murder trial should be started against Jagdish Tytler.
Yes, which is why right after the verdict came out, we saw many victims who were right outside the court. They welcomed it. They said this was the first step in the right direction. But Mr. Fulka, like you were pointing out that, this is 39 years too late perhaps. The second, that there have been closure reports or clean chits, that many would call it, that have been given in the past to Jagdish Tytler. Then would you say that this kind of celebration or this kind of hailing of this verdict by some of the victims' families would be a little premature?
The first step is starting the trial. I mean, it had taken 39 years even to start the trial against him. He has been so using his political power and money power to stall the process of law. So this is a very, very important step, what has happened today. It is not at all premature to celebrate, because this is one of the major steps and the first major step which towards securing the punishment for him. So this is a cause to celebrate it.
But it's taken 39 years for that first step to be taken, for the first cognizance of Tytler's role per se to be actually taken in a court of law. Do you now think there is hope for an expedited justice, that perhaps in the next 5 to 10 years at least, or at the earliest, we can see this legal hurdle reaching its logical conclusion?
The victims have been fighting for this since last 39 years. And this is a particular person who has been threatening the witnesses, who have been pressurizing the witnesses all the time. I mean, even he threatened me also, and in the open debate. And that case regarding that is pending in Patiala House Court. Now, a person who can go to the extent of threatening the lawyer, and he has been threatening the victims and the witnesses. So, of course, the victims who have been fought for 39 years, and this is a major step forward, and the victims are today at least happy and glad, and we all are, that at least the process have now started, the trial has started against him, and we are sure that this trial will be completed in the fast track mode, and he will be behind the bars in the jail very soon.
Right, but Mr. Fulka, let me ask you a question of a political nature, so to say. Now, the Congress has always denied Jagdish Tytler's role. They've many a time cited the CBI clean sheet of the closure reports that have been given to him, either to distance themselves from the entire case or to dismiss his role altogether. Do you think that now that there is first sign of cognizance being taken of his role, at least the court saying that there is enough material on record to even proceed in the case, do you think the Congress would perhaps now rethink their association with Jagdish Tytler, or do you think it's going to be water off a duck's back?
The Congress, in fact, has rewarded Jagdish Tytler after the killing of the Sikhs. I mean, when he actually, this whole genocide was organized by the Congress party, and these leaders were acting under the instructions of the party. So they were all rewarded. He, Kamal Nath, and all others were rewarded after the genocide. Now the Congress obviously will deny their role. When deny their role on the different using the different excuses. Of course, the Congress party is itself responsible. Now, in any case, when the murder trial have started, they can, of course, not deny his role and not deny their own role as well, because he was the leader of the Congress. He was the member of Parliament of Congress at that time.
Yes, so the Congress may not be able to easily distance themselves at this particular moment, or even after he appears before court on the 5th of August. One last question, Mr. Fulka, before I let you go. Like you've also been pointing out, he does have reach in the power corridors. He's still a powerful man. Intimidation of witnesses, intimidation for you as well is something that he has resorted to. Are we going to be seeing the victim side perhaps pad their legal strategy, pad their legal team along with you as this case progresses?
No doubt, Tytler has got a lot of money. Lot of money. He can spend that money by bring the whole lot of the team of the senior advocates. But from our side also, we are all prepared. We are fully prepared to face his team of lawyers, because we are on the right side.
Mr. Fulka, thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18, and good luck to you as the case comes up. And we hope that the victims of the genocide, the victims of the anti-Sikh riots do get justice sooner than later. On that note, thank you so much for speaking with us here.